Hello everyone, hope you've all been absolutely fantastic in these trying times. Here's a little blip of sunshine on a cloudy day in the form of another Gktech install vid. Hooray! This time we're bringing you our Z33 350z and Z34 370z poly differential bushings. Hot damn. Once these puppies arrive as parcels in the mail, you'll see you get a shiny black box and post-legendary shimmy by our guy Zach, which you will for sure not be able to replicate. Then opening said SBB, you'll probs notice 3 tasty looking chunks of good old 90s shore polyurethane. Great for the track dude and or the daily driver dude who doesn't want the harshness that comes with solid mounts but still wants to clutch kick the ever-living crap out of the car anyway. Starting with this chunk of sex, the rear bushing, which cleverly goes in the rear. Next you have the front bushes, which are to be fitted to the ears of the diff. These are comprised of an easy to install 2-piece construction with a metal tube piercing the guts. The thin side goes on the bottom and the thicker side goes up top. Get it? Got it? Good. Keep in mind that we offer these both for the Z33 350z and the Z34 370z, but we will be installing these on our Shop 350z, so don't get your panties in a bunch when we're installing it on something different than what you have. The installs are basically identical, so let's get started. First step is to remove all the hardware Nissan thought it was a good idea to hold a diff on, aka 1 stud and 1 nut. Then moving up front to the ears and remove the 2 bolts from there. Make sure it's supported before you do this so you don't drop it and lose a foot. Once out and on a bench, find a socket that fits the hole properly, in this case a big old 36mm one. Then give it a few lazy whacks with a hammer as shown on the screen. The old bushing will plonk right on out like so. Head to the other side and repeat the lazy hammer action. As we always say, keep your holes clean. So go ahead and decovid them, then grab some sandpaper to deburr and make smooth. Then in the immortal words of Johnny Caps, use your mom's favorite jumper to wipe everything down. Not even sure what that means. Now grab Zach's favorite fun tube and squeeze out a heaping spoonful of lubrication. Then generously yet sensually spread it around the larger of the 2 bushings backsides, all whilst not forgetting to save some for the gaping hole you've created. Pop said fully lubed bush into said fully lubed hole and give it a few less lazy whacks as shown here, making sure the bushing sits flat on the ear. Then grab that tube of love, apply more greasage, and repeat for the other side. Again, love tapping it on home. Now go ahead and mud wrestle the diff over. Grab the lube tube and splash it all over the thinner bushings for the bottom of the ear. Again, lube the gaping hole and insert the bush. Then repeat for the other side, finalizing earthing with a tap it on it. Once done, grab the anatomically correct insert and shloove them things on up. Then send them both home as Zach has expertly done his whole life. Just look at the way that man whacks. Now wipe off any excess splooge and write home to your parents about how much of a Billy badass you are for getting these installed, and how you're going to be a full-time master mechanic. Now for those of you who actually liked, subbed, and shared, thank you by the way, we love you, you may know we did a sweet-ass video on the sweet-ass diff bush remover tool we designed in-house to make this process easy AF, so good on you mate, because you know what to do to get that negativity out of your life post-haste. If you didn't, shame on you, but we'll give you a quick overview of the process because we're nice like that. This is the kit you'd get in the mail if you ordered it on up. It comes with 2 rods, so starting with the smaller one, grab some lube and get them threads looking tasty. Pop it through the bushing, install the spacer, washer, and nut to said thin boy, and the big cup washer and nut to the other side. Then taking wrenches, wind it all down, which will slowly yeet the bush into the big container. Now do the unfamiliar and grab the large rod, thrusting it on through, hopefully pre-lubed. Pop on the tasty accessories and nut, then the washer and nut on the other side, and wind it all down again. This action will pull the outer shell into the cup just like magic. Remove, break clean the COVID away, sand a bit to get it smooth like Jagger, and wipe away all the sadness. Grab your new bush who will never cry no matter what you choose to do in life and lube the ever-living crap out of it. Trust us, it likes it. Place it in the rear of the diff as shown, but please don't install it backwards as that's just embarrassing and you're supposed to be a master tech at this point. Come on, guy. Now whack it on in with a hammer, it just needs to be flush with the backside and a gap in the front is a-okay. Now flop the diff back in place and install the 1 nut to the fresh bushing. Wind it down by hand for now. Head up front and install the diff bolts to the ears on both sides, tightening them down. Now, unjack the jack that was assisting you and torque the rear bolt down to the specs shown right here on the screen. Then head to the front and torque those bad units down to these specs as well. Congrats! You can finally resend that letter to the rents, letting them know that you're a master of your domain and will now be doing this every single day for the rest of your life, day in and day out, cold, heat, rain, snow, and everything in between, slaving away until the day you can't hold a wrench any longer. Speaking of not holding wrenches any longer, I don't even know what a wrench is, but the rest of these dudes probably do. It's okay, we all love driving cars as much as anyone, as well as making quality vids for your perusal. If you can't install these, please have a real pro do it, and or reach out with any questions via electronic mail. This has been Officer Dan, Johnny Caps, Joshy Josh, and I accidentally lubed my cat Zach with another Gktech how-to. Peace.